week is summer week, so I decided to give you all my summer recommendations for entertainment. We all know that summer is a time where you sleep all day and then you stay up all night watching movies or reading books or going on Netflix or God knows what. So I decided that I will provide you with some suggestions for entertaining movies and books and such. So here we go. Movies. First movie I want to recommend is Love and Honor, and it is a romantic movie set in the 60s. It follows two soldiers that are fighting in the Vietnam War. They fly back to America because this one guy has a girlfriend in America. Anyway, it is the week that the first men went to the moon, and at that same time, you know, the soldiers are doing stuff. And a disclaimer is that I actually have a friend who hated this movie, but I personally liked it. So I think it depends on what you like in movies. I'm very fascinated with the 60s, so that was, you know, a big bonus. It just makes you feel fulfilled, and recently I've been watching a lot of movies that don't have a good ending, and it just like ruins the whole movie when there's not a good ending. I would recommend it if you're just scrolling through Netflix, you know. Next movie, The Theory of Everything. I'm sure you've heard of this movie. I cried during the preview even. Basically, it follows the life of Stephen Hawking, but more specifically his relationship with his first wife. It's a romantic drama, and I mean that's really what I think most of the movies I enjoy are. I just really like movies that make you feel something. Yeah, okay. In the 1960s, of course it said the 1960s, what can I say? Yeah, so that's The Theory of Everything. Okay, and that one is not on Netflix. Next one is The Imitation Game. This is another one that's not on Netflix, but it's definitely a recommendation. I absolutely loved it. It's another drama. It's set back in World War II. It follows Alan Turing, who is, you know, basically, I saw on Tumblr today, he's the father of computer science. It's a really beautiful movie, and it's very sad. Next one is Heathers, and this is a cult film, and it's another one that my friend Katie did not like at all. But this film is a typical high school film, and then it gets crazy. It gets really dark because it's a cult film, so obviously you can expect it to be weird. I feel like most cult films that I've seen, at least, are a little weird. This film is freaky. Yeah, last movie on the list, actually I'm gonna add another one after this, but next movie is Love, Rosie, and this is one for pretty much anyone that loves contemporary romantic movies, which I am a sucker for if they're not cheesy. Super sad, super good, and it has a good ending. The lead characters are Lily Collins, who is one of the most beautiful actresses ever, and Sam Claflin, who is also extremely attractive. So, you know, those are the two leads. Obviously, you can expect something at least visually appealing. And then I actually am gonna add another movie. I just watched this movie like half an hour ago, and it's another romance, but this one is a gay romance. I've actually never really watched gay romance movies just because it doesn't intrigue me because I'm straight, but now that I've seen one that was really good, I might start watching them. I don't know. It was a foreign film too, so not only was it a gay romance film, which I've never seen before, but it was also a foreign film, which I typically don't care to watch those kind of films because I can't really relate to them. But I really liked this film, and it was called Boys, and it's on Netflix. It was produced in the Netherlands, which is freaking awesome. Dude, like the Netherlands? Yeah. It follows two sporty young boys, and they fall in love, and it's adorable. The whole time, you know, the lead guy is struggling with the whole idea of like actually being gay, and it was in a different language, and you do have to read subtitles, but it's worth it because it's cute. So if you are interested in that storyline about two young boys falling in love, watch it. It's also kind of hard to watch it sometimes because you're just like, I want you to be together. Books, yay, book time. If you are looking to read a couple books over the summer, I got your stuff. I got some recommendations. Actually, a lot of these are super popular, so you have probably heard of them if you're into books at all, and especially young adult books, because that's pretty much all I read. So the first one is The Selection by Kiera. I mean, it's really just about a girl who lives in this weird society because it's a dystopian novel. There's a matching, and like, you know, stuff happens. There's a boy and they fall in love and yada yada yada. It's really engaging, and if you're looking for an easy read that is captivating and you won't want to put down, this is it. Next one, It by Alexa Chung. I would pick it up, but I don't know where it is in this mess of a room I have. Somewhere in this mess is It by Alexa Chung, and it is super good. It's also really, really easy read, and it's short, and it's not all words. It's non-fiction. It's not like a story really. It's just kind of like her talking about her life a little bit and giving you some tips. Next one is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This one is actually on the list purely because it is being made into a TV show on ABC. Not gonna try to explain it, it's super popular. If you want to go find another review, you probably can, but it's good. So if you like young adult dystopian novels, basically, you're gonna like this one, even though it's not a dystopian novel, it's more fantasy, but it's still, I mean, it's in the same, like, I categorize it with that. So anyway, moving on. The last book that I recommend is Better Than Running at Night, and I actually don't have an author written down for this one. This is a book about a girl who goes to art school, art college, if that was unclear, and it's just kind of about her experience there and her experience with boys there. Specifically, there's one boy that's consistently throughout the whole book. It's interesting. I liked it a lot. It kept me entertained when I was volunteering for 8 hours at our choir competition in the spring. I think it's one of those books that you can read if you have a lot of time and you don't have anything to do. So you're just like, I guess I'll read a book. For me, I did get invested in the story, probably because I read it for like 8 hours straight. You know, once you read a book consistently for 8 hours, then you're like, okay, I gotta find out what happens. It's good. So, last two categories are TV shows and music. So for TV shows, I really don't watch anything other than Teen Wolf and the Vampire Diaries. So those are my consistent recommendations. And then for music, really been liking 21 Pilots lately. Big fan. If you haven't heard their new album, what are you doing with your life? And if you have heard their new album, but you haven't listened to their other stuff before that album, go check out their older stuff, it's really good too. After 21 Pilots, Cisco just came out with a new album. I shouldn't say just came out with a new album, but they have a, I think, pretty new album, I don't know, but it's good. Check it out. Otherwise, I have a June playlist currently it's up on my Spotify, so if you have Spotify, go listen to our June playlist. And then I also have a summer playlist, so if you have Spotify, go listen! Those are my recommendations for summer media entertainment stuff. If you guys have any other recommendations, leave it in the comments. I'll probably check some of it out because I always need, you know, to do book and movie recommendations. I actually have a lot of books I need to read this summer, but movies, yeah, I really need some good movie recommendations, especially romantic movies. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe you'll check out some of my recommendations, maybe you won't, but either way, I hope I entertain you for this amount of time that you wasted on my video. Alright, I'm gonna go. I love you guys, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!